new skins are coming to CS2. So if you haven't seen it yet on Twitter, the Counter-Strike 2 account posted that the deadline for the Call to Armory submissions is closing very soon. The cutoff date is March 13th, 2026, which is only about 28 days away. That immediately raises the big question: what happens next? Personally, I think the new collections we're going to get will replace some of the current Armory collections, specifically the Overpass 2024 collection and the Sport and Field collection. Those have been in the game for over a year now, and when the Armory Pass system was first introduced, many of us assumed collections would rotate every 3 to 6 months. Instead, it looks like they want to maximize how long each collection stays active. And honestly, that decision is a pretty big impact on the market for these collections. The longer a collection stays available, the more skins enter circulation, and naturally prices on the third-party markets drop. We've seen this pattern before back in the operations era when collections were only around for 3 to 4 months. Skins weren't much rarer and became extremely expensive over time with limited supply, like the AK Wild Lotus for example. But interesting, over the years that dynamic flipped, and currently right now with all the massive pumping like with the glove case, it really shows how unpredictable the Counter-Strike economy can be currently. Now looking at the timing of this tweet, it almost feels like a warning or at least a signal. In roughly 30 days we could start seeing new collections being accepted, followed by what might be an Armory Pass refresh sometime after that, probably around April to 15th to the 31st. Of course this is all speculation, but the timeline feels very real. There's also something else I've been thinking about, and this might sound even crazier than what I just said earlier. But remember, when we talked about the possible CS2 bidding system, I still feel like that idea could somehow connect to the Armory Pass and its star system. Imagine if players could actually bid on rare cases or items that would normally come from the rare drop pool. That would completely change how items circulate, because let's be real for a second, why would Valve suddenly remove things like the Anubis collection or the entire rare drop pool? And currently right now we're seeing many older cases steadily increase in price day by day. And that kind of growth usually doesn't continue forever. There will be at some point where it will rebalance. And it's possible that the future mechanics here, whether it's bidding rotations or a new drop logic, could bring prices back to normal levels or maybe even push them lower than what we're seeing right now. And that would make knives even cheaper. That would definitely shake up the entire trading scene, and I think it would cause possibly another crash. Going back to the tweet though, there's one specific word that stands out, and it's additional. The post says they're looking for additional classified pink and covert red weapon finishes for both collections, and that wording is very interesting because additional implies more than what already exists. Now this might sound like massive copium, but what if this hints at a structural change in how collections are designed? Currently, we've only seen one red in each collection, but now we could eventually see 2 red skins per collection instead of the traditional single covert. And I'm not gonna lie, this sounds very unlikely, maybe even insane, but the phrasing leaves room for interpretation. This could also mean they just need additional pinks and only 1 red, so we'll know when these come out. But I think blue to purple tier skins are already finished and they already have what they want. This would suggest the community workshop is probably making serious progress on a lot of stuff, and we're just gonna have to find out what they cook. Speaking of workshop content, I've been browsing through a lot of the recent submissions, including stickers, and some of them are generally impressive. One sticker in particular really caught my attention, and it fits the auto racing category perfectly. The creativity coming from the community right now is honestly on another level, but at the end of the day, this is where I want to hear from you guys. Do you think this is a reach? Are we reading too much into a simple tweet, or do you think there's something bigger happening behind the scenes? Let me know down in the comments. I'll see you guys in the graveyard. Peace.